up, Taiwan? I'm Liao with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's military has confirmed a maintenance deal for U.S.-made aircraft parts worth $228 million. Taiwan will send parts to the U.S. to be repaired and refurbished, then returned. It's the 16th arms sale under the Biden administration, with many sales aimed at maintaining and supporting Taiwan's current fleet of aircraft. For more on this, our reporter Jaime Okan spoke to Kelly Greco, a security analyst with the Stimson Center in Washington, D.C.
Kelly, this latest arms sale is about $228 million worth of spare parts and maintenance. It's not the biggest sale in terms of value, but how important are these parts for Taiwan's military?
I mean, it is actually very important in the sense of sustaining your ability to use these aircraft. The F-16 is an older aircraft, particularly for Taiwan. But what we've seen is that we've been able to really extend the life of these kinds of airframes. And the way you do that is with regular maintenance and the ability to have parts that you're able to replenish, right? You can replenish parts as needed, and then you're able to really sustain the life of these aircraft. I mean, you just look at the United States with how long it's been flying some B-52s, for example.
Well, Taiwan has been trying to boost its defense against China, buying fighter jets from the U.S. like F-16s. But when you look at the way that Taiwan's Air Force is structured right now, is it in a good position to protect its skies?
No, I mean, I don't think Taiwan is in a good position in terms of air power, in terms of its existing investments. When you look at Taiwan's fundamental problem, it is that it is going to always be at a disadvantage quantitatively against the Chinese. That's just a reality. It is also, located so close to the mainland that it's going to be under very severe missile threats. And so you can have the best aircraft in the world, but you need to be able to get those aircraft up off the runways. And even with hardened shelters, which Taiwan has some of these, I don't really see how these fighters are going to be useful, particularly early in a conflict, when China has the capacity to essentially crater runways every 4-8 hours for days, weeks at a time.
So given that, then, what should Taiwan's military be buying, or what does it need to do in order to make sure that it can have a robust defense against China?
And when I look at Taiwan's situation, it really needs to be able to contest the airspace. So it can't rely on fighters alone to try to provide some kind of air superiority bubble over Taiwan. In fact, that's going to be really difficult to do just because of the number of Chinese aircraft and, trying to get all these aircraft in the air in wartime conditions. What it really needs is to be able to contest that airspace so China doesn't have air superiority over Taiwan. And that requires largely a different kind of air force than one that is organized primarily around small number of high-end fighter aircraft. It needs large numbers of drones of all different types and ranges. It needs lots of anti-air missiles. And the question Taiwan should really ask itself is, for every dollar that it might spend on a new fighter aircraft, is that dollar better off being spent on a small number of cheap things?
That was Kelly Greco, a security analyst with the Stimson Center in Washington, D.C. The population of Taipei is going down and could soon fall below 2.5 million. Taiwan's capital has seen an outflow of residents since the beginning of the year. If the trend continues, the population could fall below 2.5 million by October or even the end of September. High housing costs are believed to be pushing young people in particular out of the city.
可以看得到蛋白区，比如说新北、桃园、基隆的这些区域，提供了房价相对比较低，而且比较好的选择。那这也促使很多的北市市民他往外去做移动，因为整个大众运输系统的便利，所以加速了这样的一个情况。
Southern Taiwan is losing its coasts. Despite efforts to save Taiwan's shoreline, experts say it may not be enough in the face of Mother Nature. Over the past few months, Zhengwen Reservoir, Taiwan's largest, has released 500 million tons of water. When the water is released, small amounts of silt flow through the reservoir and out towards the coast, replenishing sand deposits on the shore. It's a small relief for southern Taiwan, which is trying to save its coasts. Shorelines in the area are receding.
海岸侵蚀、海岸退缩的速度、海底掏刷的速度远大过于我们人为所补充的速度。
But endlessly releasing water from Zhengwen Reservoir is not a viable solution to southern Taiwan's eroding coasts.
曾文溪的泄洪确实有疏沙了那么一点，好，对人角度来讲也许是多了，沙子没有带来多少，但是带来了大量的垃圾。
Officials in the area regularly need to bring in sand to artificially replenish deposits here. Local governments keep a reserve budget dedicated to saving the country's coasts, but in the face of Mother Nature's power, human beings can only do so much. Andy Xue and Leslie Liao for TaiwanPlus. A chubby hippo calf has the internet in stitches over her slippery temper tantrums, but could the surge in awareness about the species help conservation efforts? Reese Ayers reports.
Plump, slippery, and all kinds of sassy. Meet Mudeng, the 2-month-old pygmy hippo breaking the internet. From inside her enclosure at a zoo in Thailand, Mudeng, whose name roughly translates to bouncy pig, has become the internet's latest darling, garnering over 2.5 million followers on TikTok and a die-hard fan base the world over. With some netizens describing her as their spirit animal and the most beautiful girl in the world. Mudeng's chubby aesthetic and sudden tantrums are bringing swathes of visitors to the Kaohsiung Open Zoo.
วันนี้ออกมาจากกรุงเทพอะ6:30 น.ก็มาดูหมูเด้งโดยเฉพาะเลยฮะถือว่าตั้งใจมาดูครับผม
น้องหมูเด้งเป็นฮิปโปแคะค่ะหนูรู้จักมาจาก TikTok ที่หนูไม่อยากรู้น้องเพราะว่าน้องน่ารักค่ะ
Mudeng's sudden fame has more than doubled the number of daily visitors to the zoo, bringing a new level of attention to the humble institution.
แล้วในช่วงของวันเสาร์อาทิตย์เองเนี่ยปกติเราอยู่ที่ประมาณ 4-5,000 คนนะครับในช่วงของฤดูท่องเที่ยวที่เป็นโลซีซั่นเนี่ยอย่าง2 วันที่ผ่านมาเสาร์อาทิตย์ที่ผ่านมาเนี่ยมีไม่ต่ำกว่า 10,000 คนต่อวันนะครับ2 วันก็ร่วม 20,000 กว่านะครับถือว่าเป็นปรากฏการณ์ที่เราคาดไม่ถึงว่าจะมา
Though after reports of some visitors throwing things at Mudeng, the zoo has warned they'll take legal action against anybody caught mistreating their animals. Pygmy hippos are an endangered species. There are estimated to be fewer than 3,000 left in the wild, their numbers threatened by poaching and habitat loss. But Mudeng's keepers are hopeful her rise to stardom can raise the profile of the species as a whole.
มากขึ้นนะครับเพราะว่าฮิปโปแคทก็เป็นสัตว์ที่ใกล้จะสูญพันธุ์แล้วครับคลิปความน่ารักของน้องก็อาจจะเป็นส่วนหนึ่งในการช่วยให้คนแบบว่ามาแบบว่าเกิดความรักแล้วก็อนุรักษ์น้องอะไรเงี้ย
And based on the reactions of some visitors, it seems to be working.
ตอนแรกเนี่ยไม่รู้เลยค่ะว่าน้องจะใกล้สูญพันธุ์แต่ก็ทีนี้ได้รู้จากทางโซเชียลมีเดียว่าน้องมีเหมือนแบบปริมาณในจำกัดใช่ไหมคะแล้วก็แบบเหมือนจะใกล้สูญพันธุ์ยังไงก็อยากให้อนุรักษ์น้องไว้
Mudeng's outbursts and cuteness have made her perfect meme material and the unwitting ambassador for her entire species. With luck, she'll be cute enough to bring real help for her kind. Justin Wu and Reese Ayers for TaiwanPlus.
The Hoiho penguin has been voted New Zealand's Bird of the Year. One of the rarest penguin species in the world, the Hoiho is endemic to New Zealand, but only 4,000 to 5,000 remain in the wild. Hoiho penguins have lost almost 80% of their population in the past 15 years because of climate change and predators. Despite its name meaning noise shouter in the Maori language, the penguin is incredibly shy. Conservationists are excited by the Hoiho's victory and say that it will bring awareness to the bird's struggle for survival. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, come along with us to the Queen Classic Surf Festival in France. The event aims to highlight women and minorities in the sport. I'm Leslie Liao. Take care and see you next time.